Now, I know that it's a bit too early to do first impression and so on, but I figured worst case I can always just do it later when we get closer to the patch, and I figured, and I can also give you guys some better idea of what's happening with the bosses, the tier sets, and so on. So first off, I managed to kill both bosses, so let's look at them, my feelings, and how I think so far how the druid felt on these two bosses. So first boss was super simple and I kinda liked it. It was a combination of some movement, soaking lines, and then heavy raid damage every like 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes. And the druid felt pretty decent. The legendary, the 4-piece, the tier set we have right now, felt kind of hard to play around because as a druid you already have like stuff you have to track like efflorescence, life bloom, and so on. So it felt kind of weird. But we are going to see the changes on the set, so I'm kind of excited to see what the new set comes out to be. If it's going to be something like rejuvenation, like we had in Legion with like Vow Growth and stuff, or if it's going to be completely new, maybe like around our Tree of Life or Tranquility and so on and so on. Back to the boss, he does this front toe that's simply just dodge, and then at 0% energy, if you look in the on above my like above my healing frames, at 0% energy, she's going to teleport. So right now, she's going to teleport to other side of the room, to the blue marker. And that's when you have like some heavy damage, but apart from this damage, there's almost like nothing happening in the raid. So as a druid, you just do some ramping, convoke the spirits, whatever, and you can just blast OCDs and get some healing done. I kind of like this boss, it was really nice. Also, there are going to be these lines, you're going to see them in like 10 to 15 seconds, hopefully, where it works on the premise that you have to run through each line, and it gives you a 5-second debuff, and if you run through 2 lines, like too fast, too away from each other, so you can see this line, and I got a debuff in top right, I still have it for 2 seconds, and if in this time frame, if I ran through the second line, I would just die. That pretty much, we are going to see it later on. And so you can see the lines are always going from these like thingies, from like each of the kind of corners of the room. And you can always see which one is going to be stealthing by simply looking at the orbs and so on and so on. And yeah, this is the line you have to soak, so you just send some people into it. I'm kind of also excited how it's going to work on Mythic, because I haven't checked the mechanics too much. I just like to be honest, I didn't even know like raid testing was today, but then someone reminded me, and I just decided, oh yeah, I can pug it with some random group, I guess, and I'm pretty happy I did. And also overall, I feel like this raid looks super cool. I'm really enjoying the looks of this raid, and I'm also kind of excited for some of the new systems like and the zone overall instead of Mortis. But yeah, you can see again just soaking, and also if you soak, you get a debuff. I didn't soak this time, and actually I'm not super sure how the debuff works with the soaking, but you get a debuff that you take like 500% damage from the next one. And yeah, so okay, again the lines, when you saw the ball, so we ran instantly to red, and now we ran through blue, and eventually this boss has like kind of a soft enrage, where eventually you're going to have, not even soft enrage, but you're going to like have more of these lines going through. I'm not sure if on this pool we get even 3. And so it gets kind of, you have to play kind of smart to make sure you don't run through 3 lines. And you can always predict. So at 0%, she's going to port to like each side of the room. So she started on blue, then on purple. So I'm seeing 0%, so I'm just going to like already place my efflorescence and stuff. And so this is based on energy, and then she puts on her this shield. You can see like very, if you like focus really hard, you can see this little shield. And before this shield is broken, you are going to need to just pump some healing, because right now the group is going to be taking heavy damage. On progress, the play is probably going to be that you just Tree of Life and blast all cooldowns on the first one, then save Tranquility for the second, then Tree of Life the third one, and if you get a fourth one, you just Tranquility again. That's my guess, but we still have a long to see bosses need tuning, and so on and so on. You can see right now, this is, I want to showcase this. You can see this integration halo. If you can see the orb, this orb, if you look very closely, you can see this orb. And so right now, if we stayed here, this first line would reach us too late. And I'm going to show some previous like vibe. So I'm running like as close as possible, so I get hit by this line as soon as possible. So I get hit, I get the 5-second debuff. Also, this is the debuff from the soaking mechanic. So that then you can see the second line. And so if we stayed here, we would get hit by this line. And then we would need to kind of kite backwards a bit, so we don't get hit by this line. But then we also are going to get this line, so it's going to be like super sketchy. I'm going to show some of what happened earlier. But you can, okay, actually you can see right now, people took the debuff, and we set up, we have a gate from the Varrock, you can see it, it's going to be. And so we still have the debuff, right? And some people clicked the gate too early. And so what happened is they took the debuff, and they also took the frontal, but that's whatever. They took the debuff, and they still had some seconds left. And so just look at how fast they are going to die. Like, 4 people just died pretty much instantly. So this is no joke. Oh, now again, 2 seconds. So what you have to do is you simply kite a bit backwards. You can see like these 2 people are moving backwards. So you just wait a bit. Also, I had a moment where I fell off this edge. This is so bait. This thing looks like you can walk on it, but no, you can't. I literally just walked off. So that was that was kind of fun. I did. And also this pushes you back a bit. And yeah, that's pretty much the fight. So then you just kill it. Also, whenever you kill the shield, she's going to be taking some heavy damage, like 10% of her HP once you kill the shield. So yeah, this is the second boss, I believe. So like, I have the jailer difficulty, and that pretty much matches it. This boss was super simple mechanic wise. Once we figured it out, it was, yeah. And then you just soak the lines. Now this time I have the debuff, so I don't soak, and he also uses immunity. So that works out. But yeah, we killed it. But actually, let me see if I can find some of the lines. We killed it even earlier. Okay, but some of the earlier pulls. Okay, I'm permanently dead. Unfortunate. Okay, so on this, yeah, this is what you can see, like what we did at the start, where this was the red one, where on the pool we were all the way back. And so what happened is you get this one, you get hit by the debuff, and now the second line is already coming. And like right now we still have 3 seconds, so so the whole group is like moving into this corner to try kind of survive it. And then there's also the last one, where now we also have this one, and like we have 4 seconds, and so it's like you're just going to see the frames just go fucking black, like all of them. Oh, also you can blink this and so on, but yeah, it pretty much just one-shots you. And then it was, I'm not sure. Yeah, I just fell off on one pool. What was this? Whatever. So this was the first. Did I fall off? Was this the pool? Yeah. This was the yeah, so I legit thought that this thing, that you can like walk on it or something, but no. I kind of like, look, I literally just walked off. Like, I literally just walked off. So that was, yeah, that was spicy. And so the second boss, this is basically, this is the Sludge Fist, this is the Guardian of Ancient Ones of this raid, where it's super simple mechanic wise. So this was the pool, right? Yeah, this was the pool. Let me see. Yeah, okay. No. A bit of spamming. So this boss was what we eventually ended up doing. This is pretty much a hero check, and the way you use your CDs on this boss is this boss works on kind of two bases. The main damage taken is going to be like all of his mechanics. Sorry, excuse me. All of his mechanics, or her, I don't know, are going to be putting this dot, and some players get extra dot. So, like one of the mechanic was the free for these players got extra like hit periodically with like ability. You're going to see it in a bit. Oops, fuck me. So look on this. Just pay attention to this mage, and also on the frames he's Jake MVP. So this guy, and he has this dot, and I have it as well. Everyone has it, and he's going to once he gets hit by the first wave. So I'm going to stop it. Yeah, you can see. Look at like kind of the earthquake thing around the three first people. So one is on the moon, the moonkin. One is on orange and one is on star. And just pay attention to the like kind of small circles around them. See? So you need to kind of make sure these people. Number one, you need to rotate these people. And so you send 3 people and make sure nobody stands with them. So melee in the raid and ranged like kind of in this semi-triangle. Not too close to the people so you don't get hit by the mechanic, because that would be unnecessary damage, but not too far so you bait instead. And so what you wanted to do is, you wanted to make sure you swap these people, because if one of them would go like to 12 stacks or something, it would get almost unhealable. And so what we did with this, there was some semi-guild run, pug run, that after each of these frontal, we swapped the 3 people, so I was assigned on the third one on star. And so, as a healer, especially as a druid, what you simply do is, we took like 2 frontos. We took 2 frontos, we swapped, and then if everyone in the group stacks up, we are going to reset the stacks. The boss is going to get 10% extra damage done, and yeah, and also he has a soft hard enrage. Actually no, it's soft enrage at 6 minutes, so it's like almost a slash fist. Also, I can't talk. Melees also have to dodge like these puddles and so on, but that's kind of whatever. So yeah, you can see on the last one, now we should have the frontal anytime soon. I'm going to be moving to star and I'm using my CDs. And so, as a hero, you want to be using other CDs like after the second reg, I guess, or maybe before you stack on the last reg. So in between like the second to last and the last one, because then's the moment when everyone has like a lot of stacks, and so everyone is taking quite a decent bit of damage. So you can see I'm just popping all my cooldowns and saving only tranquility. And this boss is pretty much the same thing as the last boss, like the second boss we looked at, the sausage or whatever, where it's like very CD, like clear cut. And so this is where we move auto blue after this. So in between these 2 frontos, I use my CDs. And so if everyone moves to one spot, you are going to force the boss into doing like this little earthquake thing. You just do some small cooldowns. It does a decent big hit split amongst all the people. And now it's the same thing. Everyone loses stacks, and the boss gets some. The damage buff. And then it's basically rinse and repeat. So you do the exact same thing, where everyone takes a stack, and then again, like first set of 3 people move to their marks, then second set of 3 people move to their marks, and then third set. So that's kind of it to this boss. Like, it pretty much just repeats itself. It's very straightforward. Like, you just go zoom into a straight line. You just heal the boss, pay attention to the stacks. This boss is going to be super free with like Vikoras, like if you remember Sanctum of Domination glows or Casanafria glows, because if you have a glow for the people who get like 4 or 5 stacks, then you basically, all your job is going to be playing like a fucking whack-a-mole with just frames. So if you see that somebody's frame is like, has this border of like glowing whatever, you just slap rejuvenation on them and go next. So, and then I also had some pulls in melee, and this thing is pretty much one shot, so it's really scary. But yeah, then this boss is pretty simple. You just, yeah, there's not much to it. But I want to show you some of the previous pulls. So we got a hard engage on 6 minutes. This was the pull, where we just didn't have enough damage because we were swapping too fast. And so what he does this like little consumption thingy, if you remember, like hungering. Well, so now it's going to, what did I just do? Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, we killed it. No. Yeah, so he does this. So at 6 minutes, I'm sorry. At 6 minutes, he's going to do this. Look, he's going to do consumption, like from hungering. And it gets pretty much impossible to start dodging. Yeah, so he's like soft enrage. Or actually, maybe this is even hard enrage. I don't know. He starts doing like this consumption where he like forces you in. And it gets almost impossible to dodge the puddles. And I'm sure that this does also quite a bit of damage. And so I did some first pulls as melee. When we all tried stacking and stuff. And just look at the blue puddles. Like, you don't want to play melee in this fight. It's pretty yikes. So I'm really glad to be a healer. But I'm afraid that like maybe fellow affinity and just going to have to pump damage. Like, boom. People dead. Eventually, like, we figured that stacking is not going to be... that stacking is not really going to be the play, but... that was kind of... At this time, like, we just lose people every single like, blue dots. Well, it was, like, super hectic. Yeah, this was... Yeah, just, like, everyone. And then after this rage, we get, like, one more. Everyone is in melee. And just boom. But yeah, that was kind of the PTR testing. The tier set, I'm excited to see what new tier set we get. I'm definitely going to cover that, so stay tuned for it. And I think that's it. So, see you guys tomorrow. Have a great weekend, and bye.